can be a strong bully in the early goings, and they're taking him in response to the Shadow Demon Centaur Warrunner. Now, with all the rest of these bans that came out, it's interesting that they decided to ban out that Death Prophet, leave in a Snapfire, who has tremendous damage output, and also HellRaisers having already taken what's likely going to be either their 3 or their 4 and their Pangolier, as well as the Undying, who obviously is going to be playing in the 5 role. That's going to be an interesting little deal, right? That's going to be really interesting to watch. Is there anything else that I want to check out here? Looks like we're pretty fine. Wanted to make sure that all of the stuff was working. I'm actually going to take this image off right now, and I'll put the overlay back on afterwards. So Bloodseeker taken. That was a nice answer earlier on. I mean, it wasn't really an answer. I guess that the big thing about this is now you're picking like sort of a lane bully and an Undying and a Pangolier who can be a lane bully depending on who his partner is. I'm expecting that okay, so it's probably going to be Pango, Grimstroke together, and then Undying +1 in the safe lane. They could still switch it up, and FlyToMoon could run Bloodseeker safe. In fact, I feel like I would almost rather see Bloodseeker be ran safe lane right now. Is that true? Maybe they just take Lifestealer last, and then they run Bloodseeker mid. They know the Ember matchup right now. I don't know if the Ember matchup versus Bloodseeker, how that works out. I guess you should be able to secure range creeps. You don't have a way to break the Flame Guard, which is kind of annoying. I think I'd rather see Bloodseeker safe lane. Switch it up, Bloodseeker safe lane, take a counter in your last pick for Ember. Although then they could swap it and put Ember. So you need somebody that can either go mid or safe. Storm's already banned. Storm would have been nice. Shadow Fiend banned. That would have been a nice answer to Ember. They're like prepped for this to be a swap of Bloodseeker to safe lane. That I think that HellRaisers has a good idea of what's going on, at least as far as that matchup goes. So now they've kind of got like potentially 2 counters for FlyToMoon. This Pango is going to need to do a lot and get a lot done. What else? Like, it feels like already. Well, maybe HellRaisers aren't ahead. This Undying Pangolier has a lot of potential. It has a lot of potential. The Rupture doesn't really do much to Ember. I feel like this Bloodseeker pick was kind of a trap. They're taking a long time to figure this last one out. Because obviously right now, if you're going to take a mid, then you want to ban out some. Well, no matter what, you're probably going to want to ban out a safe laner. Okay, they just don't want to get cheesed.
Silencer.
So they're going to run Silencer mid. I think. They could do Pango mid, actually. No, they can't do Pango mid. Oh, they could. Is this going to be the Undying 3? And then mid Pango, Silencer Grimstroke?
10 seconds remaining.
This could be an interesting swap up. There's a lot of interesting swap potential here on FlyToMoon's draft, depending upon what the matchup is. This is there's some potential here, definitely. And to anybody out there that feels like HellRaisers is just by and large the better team, I don't think that that's necessarily true. I think that FlyToMoon is better than a lot of people are going to be giving them credit for. I would, coming into this match, I would have said HellRaisers favored, but
Alchemist. You may now select your heroes.
Really? Okay. That is interesting. So it's going to be a mid silencer. They're doing Bloodseeker safe lane like I thought they would do. What do they have as answers for Alk? Does General have to go Spirit Vessel here, I guess? Probably. Mafoshka, 5 Snapfire. Sani is going to be playing. I'm assuming it's a mid Alk against Bloodseeker. Oh, wait, no, against Silencer.
10 seconds.
So
remaining.
I don't think that Iceberg is going to be able to dominate
5 seconds remaining.
Alk the way that. Well, maybe he is actually. I don't know. This is going to be an interesting match. This is a really interesting match. I haven't seen what the Silencer versus Alk matchup mid is like, but that's what I want to watch for. That's going to be the thing that's most interesting to me. They're playing position 4 Shadow Demon. I'm assuming that's what it's going to be. Roger tends to play pos 4. I guess that hypothetically it could be Maposhka. Alchemist. Is that really the pick? I don't know. This is going to be an interesting one. The Iceberg Silencer to me feels like there's sort of a duality to it, right? So on the one hand, Alk is going to have good base damage with his Quelling Blade. Not base damage, but you know what I mean. Like his ability to get last hits and to just sort of farm up CS should be decent. The downside is that he's going to have to tank through a lot of Glaives of Wisdom. I'm assuming that's how you play this matchup. I haven't seen Mid Silencer versus Alk before in a while, but there is a lot of potential for it. But again, keep in mind, these two teams have played against each other a lot.
Prepare for battle.
I think that there is definitely a potential here for FlyToMoon to win this. Even when they ended up, beating them just the other day when HellRaisers versus FlyToMoon were playing each other. I don't think that it's a foregone conclusion that that's necessarily what's going to happen. All right, we have a lot of tips. HellRaisers feeling good about themselves. HellRaisers feeling very good about themselves. All right, we got the wonderful start in of the chat that's happening.
Pretty good chemistry. We've got pretty good chemistry.
30 seconds to battle.
So Nyx already has Quelling Blade. A lot of talking. A whole lot of talking. What's going on here? God, this is the point where I wish that I freaking spoke. Old Boz forever. I don't even know what that means. He's got Decay. This is just like a continuation of the series they had before. He only got one of the Decay stacks there. Not able to get it in time. Oh, always want to fly. Oh, God. Oh, 3 stacks. 3 stacks more. Keeps going. 4 stack. 5th stack. Is it enough damage? Oh, Pushka. Got it.
I think I'll go back for
All right, let's see how it goes. General playing this Pango with Aloha Dance. They already get first blood. Not a bad start as far as bounty runes are concerned. It looks like FlyToMoon were able to pick up 2 to HellRaisers 2. And he's going to push back Funnock a little bit here. But mid, this is what I was talking about, right? Like,
Not gonna happen.
a lot of early harassment where you have better CSing potential as Alk, but you're taking a hell of a lot more damage with all those Glaives of Wisdoms. And they sort of build upon themselves, right? You're stealing intelligence, which means you're doing more into damage ratio. So you kind of have to play a dangerous dance with that.
Radiant's courier has been
As
killed.
already we get the courier getting brought down. Is that Maposhka's courier? Not amazing. There's a lot of regen that was coming out for him. But we'll see how it goes. Funnock in the meantime. Ooh. Maybe a chance? Draw an aggro over? He's trying to. Oh, that's nice. Getting those hits there. The envenomed weapon. It reduces the ability of them to be able to get extra regen coming through from that. So V-Tune going to farm under tower here. Shouldn't run into too many issues. Might need to get a point in Blood Rage afterwards. And Nyx taking some hits. In some trouble, but a good cookie away. Not enough to keep him dead, but a lot of extra attack speed being sent over to that Bloodseeker now. He's got a ton of thirst stacks and is going to have only Tangos brought out. And Maposhka, because his courier is dead, means that they don't have regen. So that extra little bit of change right there is pretty nice for them, getting extra attack speed and everything for the Bloodseeker early on. so far so good. 13-4 in comparison to the 6-1 on the Ember Spirit. And you look at mid lane, things running fairly even. As long as Kasani's breaking even here, I think that they're pretty happy. Like, no kills are really going to be that possible, it doesn't look like. No. Although Iceberg's going to get another wave here under tower. We're also getting a couple of denies. So he's winning a little bit. It's not like anything to write home about. I think the biggest differential is just this Ember Spirit who's having a tough time in comparison to the Bloodseeker who's gotten everything that he wanted. And then Pango being ahead of Centaur significantly. Did pick up the Ring of Tarask, was nerfed a little bit in that item cost earlier, but it's not the end of the world. This Undying is doing a lot of work for them, as it looks like Roger's going to pull this back behind the tower. And I guess that the other differential here is that Roger's getting, Roger and Maposhka are getting some CS a little bit along the ways as well. Stun, Scatter Blast, in some trouble, slow down. Barely walking out of there. He's got some tangos in the headdress as well as he burns through that flame guard very nicely. Extra damage, pushing back the Alk. Not having an amazing time. They do bring down Always Want to Fly though. Roger, with the 2 points up in Shadow Poison, gets some extra damage out there. And he's making a nice little difference for himself as well, as the Centaur there not able to get really in lane at all. I mean, again, you look at the way that these matches have gone, and this is kind of how the series have looked with FlyToMoon, where, or rather when they're playing against HellRaisers, is that like sometimes they'll break even in lanes, but sometimes it's HellRaisers that fall behind early on, and then they're able to pull it together later with their drafts. Like, it's really good laning stage out of FlyToMoon, but then they don't translate that into towers, and that's kind of looking like it could be one of their problems in this game. Like, who takes towers on this lineup for FlyToMoon? If they want to win this game, they kind of just need to stomp and find kill after kill after kill, which is potentially there. It's a way to do it. Undying doesn't really help in that regard to make those kills happen once the game starts wearing down. Kasani with the DD, but not really a whole lot to do. Looks like they're going to be trying to move over on HellRaisers to get bounty runes. 17-2, 16-2. Again, they're all behind, but not like crazily so. Maposhka does manage to get that one cookie up to the high ground. Trying to bait it. Doesn't even need to. Just walks away. Always Want to Fly. In some trouble. One more round here. Gets the 4th stack. Gets the kill. Funnick TP's out. No fuss, no muss. He is out of there. And Kasani retreating back to the jungle to not only get bounty runs, but to also get some extra farm. Start to build up his lead a little bit. So again, you look at the CS right now, relatively even across those marks. But Alk just about even with the silencer, which again, with an Alk, it's, you know, that's not necessarily where you want to be, but I think they're okay with it, given like how they've kind of drafted this. Nyx, Flame Guard's still running. They're burning through it now. Flame Guard worn off. Able to dodge away from that. Nicely played. And as he did not get hit by the whatchamajigger, he's fine. One thing for Kasani that does kind of suck is the thirst means he can't really stay in the jungle. And Vtune, in fact, is just beating away at this. So with people fairly low HP, they're going to not be able to do anything. A little bit of trash talk again, back and forth between these two. Oh. Vtune. Chasing Funnick. I mean, he's building up retaliate stacks. Gets the stun. Still wrapping around over and over. And Vtune gives him one more punch and then leaves. Always Want to Fly, trying to keep the creeps in position over here. There's going to be a double wave that's coming in. So if you can keep both of those there, then the Centaur doesn't really get anything out of that, I don't think. Vtune's even going to come over and contest this pull while still pressuring him here. So this double wave that's going to meet up is actually, well, it's only one range creep, though, and there's double range creep over here. Maybe they can push with this? We'll see. Again, Iceberg staying mid, gain a lot of denies. It's still Alk that's farming up the jungle, which again is not as fast, but your Alchemist, you're kind of okay with this. Like, he's just going to be getting towards that Radiance eventually. And FlyToMoon, again, don't really have the greatest... is he just going to take all of those? Oh my god. Dude, Roger is actually getting pretty farmed, though. He's going to need to be their saving grace, because Centaur is not having a game. Funnick is just like, oh no, and if Roger goes down right here, they can't afford to let that happen. Roger dies trying to TP out. On the other side, they do kill off that Grimstroke, but you take that one every day of the week. Like, Roger was super duper farmed. Tombstone dropped down, V-Tune running in. Does get hit there by the Hoof Stomp. As they chase Soul Rip, and a couple more punches gets the kill. Maxing out the Soul Rip on Undying. Dude, is Undying the new hero? He might be.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
General right now has the Javelin. I'm telling you guys, FlyToMoon are playing well. Again, I don't know how they solve this problem of taking towers. Like, part of me kind of wishes that, like, Undying was more farmed and can get into, like, a Meteor Hammer or something. Or, like, somebody could, because they need to be able to take objectives. They can't just let Kasani kind of get what he wants. That being said, you can see already Aloha Dance is moving in and trying to keep eyes on this Alchemist, make his life annoyed. Undying does look to be going down here. So he goes down to Roger yet again, with Funnick coming in tow for a little bit of extra pressure. This is a weird game. It's a very weird one. General shows up, does have his role if he needs to use it. Gets up to the high ground there. Getting close to the 10-minute mark. Both teams still holding their outposts. 5-2. And Nyx is getting fairly farmed as well. Like, this is the problem, is that eventually HellRaisers... God, Funnick is just so freaking broke, though. Oh my god. He is done so. Oh, he got the item. Are you kidding me? Dude, Roger, how are you not shoveling right now? Get your shovel on. My god.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Dude, getting shovel with a freaking Alk on your team is so amazing. Although I feel like they should maybe give it to the Alk. Nah, he needs the Iron Talon.
Dire's bottom tower is under
But
attack.
that's a big pickup for them. Oh, V-Tune looking, not finding. Does have Rupture. Bounties. Kasani gets it. It's a little bit quicker. They gotta be careful. You can't afford to lose V-Tune here. You can't at all. Yeah, always want to fight. He drops the Tombstone. Roger drops down. Tombstone's still up on the high ground. Oh, he's gonna kill off the skeleton, or the zombies. He has to be a little bit wary. Yeah, he can't do that. So they're invading the jungle now. Still need to take towers. No towers taken. Almost no tower damage done outside. Well, never mind. I thought there wasn't much tower damage done. There's more tower damage done. Still no towers taken. Rupture. TP out. Amaposhka.
Radiant's top tower
Some trouble.
is under attack.
He tried to get out of there. This is where FlyToMoon start to hit their timing. Kasani still a ways away from Radiance. He is just about even with the Bloodseeker, a little bit ahead now. And they've got to keep... Oh, God. Kasani can't afford to die here. Iceberg... I think Iceberg should have globaled there. That one... Yeah, I understand why they didn't, but it feels bad when you aren't able to get away with that kill. I guess, though, that, like, they don't really have... They still don't have the best lockdown, but you could have maybe global before Alk gets off that ulti, and then you can, you know, put yourself in a position where you can go for the kill. They do get the deny there mid. Alk getting closer, 700 gold away from Relic. It's like, it's trying to beat the clock right now. That's all that this FlyToMoon draft is doing. They're doing everything that they need to try and shut down the map. But they need to take down the rest of these towers and then sort of just put a stop to all of this pressure that's coming. Iceberg getting a little bit greedy out here. Overextends and is going to end up going down. You can't afford to die right there like that. Tries to cookie out, not going to happen. Bounce back and forth, looking for the finish onto Nyx, and they get him. Well picked up. Roger now, chase down, gets the finish. General with the double kill. carrying his team yet again.
Radiant's
Iceberg,
bottom tower has
I mean,
fallen.
he's a very aggressive player, which is kind of what you need, but he can't afford to die like that. Yeah, he's going Spirit Vessel in general. Getting it for the Alk. I feel like I've seen so many of these games with Alchemist where you like sort of have a tenuous start, and these next couple of minutes are critical. If he dies in the next several minutes, or if they're able to constrict his farming more by just shutting down the rest of the map, I think that FlyToMoon can win this. If they don't, if they rest on their laurels, if they start to, slow down at all, this game is going to go the other way so quickly. They have global still if they want to try and like rupture and then catch Nyx here, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. VTune just going to catch the wave, push it forward. But this again is going to be all space towards this Alchemist who now has the relic done. Get some D wards in there. It was just a sentry one. Poshka was able to take down an observer ward.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But this movement right now from FlyToMoon, they know the game that they're playing. Shut down this Alk before he gets online.
Radiant's bottom tower
Likewise,
is under
HellRaisers
attack.
know it, and that's why they take this Shadow Demon. They can cut off all these creep waves here. But it is going to come at a cost. Stun. Not doing it. Chase. You're okay with that if you're Roger. You killed the creep wave.
Dire's
They
top
can't push
tower
mid yet.
is under attack.
Gotta wait for the next round. Fun it can push out top. Over on this other side, Nyx is there to try and cut the bottom creep wave. So right now, I mean, they've basically done their job, right? This is made enough space right now. They're cutting all three waves. This one's gonna eventually get their mid, but they're not there to push it on FlyToMoon. Everybody's spread out to try and catch people who are cutting waves and see if they can kill the Alchemist. But with just general, it's not gonna be enough. They needed more.
Dire's bottom tower is
Really
under
well
attack.
played by HellRaisers. They know what they're doing. They're playing this absolutely perfectly. Stampede, try to run away, roll in. Can they get him? General's rolling. Ah, they got eyes. And a couple more punches. Done. But those kills don't matter. They really don't. Oh no, Iceberg. Silence, okay. Turnaround, maybe a chance. He's too low. He's taking a ton of damage. Roger chasing the poison, the soul rip. Staying alive, just barely able to dodge away from the other round of it. Roger silenced and is eventually going to get killed off. So 3 heroes go down. That was a big save. Dude, the fact that Iceberg lived right there, clutch. Triple Null Talisman, Treads, and the Rod of Atos. That keeps him alive. Bounty Room's still going the other way. Once he has Radiance, it doesn't make enough of a difference for them to still be able to fight yet. Like, Kasani still gets exploded. But him getting BKB next, that is the game-winning item. It salvages it enough. Because I think that eventually Silencer does start to fall off. That's going to be the issue for him. Diffusal Blade, Bloodseeker. FlyToMoon have a very interesting way of playing this game right now. They've been doing a really good job. But HellRaisers are still the ones that are just trying to buy that time. And if they can hold out to long enough, I think that eventually they will win this game. Nyx. Good dodge back. Could have been bad. But the biggest thing is that keeps the creep wave alive. But they don't have Pango ulti now for another 60 seconds.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They spot the ward. Yeah. Poshka realizing, oh, they see me. Bye. Yeah, and they should be able to get that D-warded in just a second here. Always on a flag. It's the D-ward. Now taking the bottom tier 2 tower. Lots of writing on the map. This is what I mean, though, right? Like, both of these teams are much better than... like, it feels like they're on an equal-ish skill level.
Dire are scanning.
The question is, have HellRaisers
Dire's
outdrafted
middle
them to
tower
the
is
point
under
where
attack.
FlyToMoon aren't able to finish the game before this Alk and Ember truly come online?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Roger tanks the gank. They don't quite catch the Alchemist. Where does he go now? The other thing about this HellRaisers lineup is they've done a good job. Ooh, this Rosh is big. This Rosh is really good.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
He's almost got BKB though on Kasani. Do they have? They do have Spirit Vessel, yeah? Okay, Spirit Vessel already done for General. They get Roche. They're gonna have Tango ulti back in the same time as well.
Dire's top tower.
But how do you break high ground? This is the all important question. 2,000 gold up with an Alchemist feels amazing for FlyToMoon, but I don't know how you break this high ground. You just have to kill them all, I guess. Okay. Rod of Atos going for the Force Staff next afterwards. VTune has Diffusal Blade. He's going for BKB. It feels like FlyToMoon might have this one if they can just keep this up. The BKB for Kasani.
Dire's middle tower
Top lane,
is under
Nyx.
attack.
Gonna be there to try and cut the next wave, or maybe set up for a kill here. Oh, Iceberg. Oh, VTune, excuse me. I was just used to that Iceberg Bloodseeker game earlier. They're rapping on him here in a second, though, I think. They're just going to cut that wave, it looks like. But FlyToMoon already have another wave afterwards. This is a really interesting smoke. This is such a freaking good smoke. Oh no, finish the movement. Oh, they would have caught the Alk right there. Instead, they get freaking Funnick. Nobody cares about Funnick. You kidding me? It's level 10. That's like, nobody cares about that kill. Oh, they almost got Kasani. That would have been huge. Dude, HellRaisers is doing such a good job right now. They let one creep through, but that's fine. Like, the way that they're playing around this map to make sure that they're, like, not giving up too much, they're in the perfect position, it feels like, consistently. It's been really, really nice by HellRaisers. Silencer is a really good pick. Nyx still just hanging on with the Yules. Cutting this wave. Wrap around up top, trying to find Roger. Hello, sir. TP out. Whoo! That was close. Only has one Spirit Vessel charge left. It's not great. Aether Lens picked up simultaneously there. Nyx. Wait. He gets out of there. So the other outpost, don't know if they're going to be able to get that one. Iceberg, it's too dangerous, I think, to go over and try and sneak this outpost. They won't get there in time. Meanwhile, Nyx, they have eyes on him. And they find FlyToMoon. Okay. Silence onto both. No follow-up. VTune in the meantime, though, found another. Jumps in, tries to take down Funnick. Is going to get him there, ruptured up. Chase continuing, rooted for the moment. Snapfire and Kasani trying to back away. So they take down VTune. Or rather, VTune takes down Funnick, and they also were able to get the Shadow Demon. But that was the reveal of the BKB. Going for the Basher next. So again, the big deciding factor for this game is how much can they shut down this Alchemist. And so far, they've done a good job of it. But this could turn on its head in an instant. Like, all it takes is one fight. And I don't think that right now HellRaisers have the damage to kill these heroes if FlyToMoon take the fight appropriately. But with Global Silence down, these next couple minutes are really scary. There's still a minute left before the Aegis comes undone. Snapfire doesn't have ulti, so they're trying to make use of that now. But they don't have Global still for another 50 seconds. Catching there too with the root. VTune thinking about chasing. See if they go a bit too far. Centaur mid lane doesn't have Stampede either. This is the moment to take down the last outer tier 2 tower. Urn picked up for Ember? What? Yo, what is happening? What is Nyx doing? What? Did he just, like, forget how to play Dota for a second? What just happened? There must have been something there I missed. I don't know what the heck that was. What in God? All right, is it a bait? It's all an elaborate bait. The plan, V-Tune. Oh, he doesn't have Aegis. He gets the BKB off, running away. Rupture back out, still living with the BKB. V-Tune lives. Unreal. What the hell is going on in this game? Why did he walk in? I guess he thought with the Yules he would live? I don't know. And like, he didn't have a remnant out? That was so bizarre. He just walked in and died. That was very strange.
Twice name.
Yeah, there must have been something that I was missing there. Oh, interesting. Shadow Demon Alkalusion spam. That's a meme I haven't seen in a while. So he's gonna bring those over to the Alchemist? Okay, they died. Not great. Maybe Nyx being the one. I want to see in game 2 if Nyx is the one that's drafting or not. We'll see. 23 minutes in, a 2,000 gold lead. Alchemist just got his heart.
Hunting bounties.
Root there for the moment. I'm not sure. It's a little bit strange. Dire, though, basically now need to wait for the next Roche, and then they can go high ground and try and end the game. I think that's the call at this stage. But they can't just sit around. Yeah, this smoke up is a good play. They have to make moves while this is going on. They've got BKBs. They can take a fight, and they can end this game. But in order to do that, they've got to still remain aggressive. They can't just cede half the map over to HellRaisers. If this ends up into like a farm trade, it's not good for them. So they find Funnick yet again. Feels like we've heard that more than a few times. Chasing, spotting Roger. Oh, the juke out, but not good enough. Yeah, Roger gets found in the end, and he gets blown up. So they take down 2. Would love to be able to find the Alchemist there, but nah, it doesn't end up happening. So in the meantime, they can keep shoveling, keep trying to dig. We've got Kasani, who is level 17, almost has that level 2 ulti. For the health talent, attack speed, obviously. The wraparound's coming. Iceberg is over here. Oh. Iceberg? Turns off his radiance, runs to hide. Yeah, they realize that they can't contest for those bounties. So it's going to be 4 bounty runes going to FlyToMoon ways.
Amazing what you'll find.
20,000 net worth lead, or 20,000 rather net worth on Alchemist, but this is, things are starting to compound. Man, that's a long Roche spawn. That is a long Roche spawn. Almost the maximum. That really helps for this Alk. He just needs more time. Just needs more time. Almost has AC done. This is starting to get towards that moment. I'm a little bit concerned. How many BKB charges does the Alk have? He's at 9 second. I mean, the reality is that this can all turn around in an instant. All it takes is one really good fight, and HellRaisers can win this game. Okay. That's not the person you want to initiate on. They get the roll off. Oh, miss though. Miss. Global. Bounce back and forth. They're focusing the Centaur, not who you want to focus. But Tombstone's still up on the high ground, rooted onto both of them. Leashed up for the moment. General turns back around, almost killing off Roger. They use the imprisonment offensively, so they don't have it now for the save. Always Want to Fly is still living, and Nyx is dead. A collection of misadventures by HellRaisers, and they're going to get found again. And why would you stop now? They don't have BKBs back up. Stun is there. Connection, trying to save their Snapfire for the moment, but she eventually is going to die, and now Kasani's going to get bashed. They buy back on the Snapfire, trying to keep alive this Alk, if at all possible. And with the buyback, Stampede, Runaway, FlyToMoon, I think, are just going to lick their wounds and get out of there. That was a couple of buyback used. Nyx does not have buyback. And I don't understand really his build. I feel like there must be something that I'm missing. Like, I guess... Like, is there anybody that's like really regenning like crazy that he wants to try and use the Spirit Vessel on? I don't know. It's an interesting one. But they use Snapfire ulti. Loa Dance, finding Roger. Silenced. But they can't really chase this. Alright, FlyToMoon need to settle down now if they want to make this work. They just need to head back, get next Roche. Or if they get anybody now, they can kill somebody. Dude, Nyx, you're crazy. You are crazy. Holy crap, that was close. Grimstroke almost going down. Can they kill him? No. And Valk in no man's land, in trouble, rolling back and forth, pummeled, punched, and gonna get killed off. Roger there, trying to take him down, but his ulti is gonna wear off pretty short. Oh no, he just got it off, never mind. On the other side though, Mapushka's dead. So FlyToMoon win another engagement. They kill off the two heroes that just bossed back. And now immediately off to Roche. I think that FlyToMoon have done it. They are going to get the second Roshan. They now are 6,000 gold up over an Alchemist. And it is feeling like, yes, you're strong, hard to kill, difficult to deal with, but that's one of the strengths of like the Pango and the Bloodseeker, right? Is that they can just focus on all the other heroes. Wait till Alchemist is alone afterwards and just kill him after. It feels like that's their plan. They're doing it very well. So there is a creep wave mid if they just want to go, or they can try and find a pickoff first. Looks like they're going to spread out a little bit and then push in through the top lane rather than going in through mid. So V-Tune sitting pretty right now. Does he have anything coming out on the courier? Doesn't look like it. We've got a Vlad. Ooh, that's nice. Pango has the Orb of Destruction in his inventory. Loa Dance moving over to try and take this. Oh, Kasani, you're crazy. Kasani! Kasani, what have you done? Oh, Kasani, no! Pops the BKB, tries to run, and he is going to get out of there, but that just leaves them open to take the outpost. On the other side of the map, Nyx was able to steal the other one away. But heading in towards mid maybe now, V-Tune. Manta dodge. Nifty. Very nice. Rooted for the moment. Turn around. Good save coming from that Shadow Demon. But they've already used the Snapfire ulti. Forced to stampede. Almost goes down. He's stampeded while ruptured. That's not the way to do it. Funnick also going to die. Now they've got Aegis. They got Cheese. Centaur's dead for 40. They also weren't quite able to get the top outpost. So Dire control both outposts, but they weren't during that moment, so still getting some XP back the other direction. 7k gold lead. In terms of XP, it's pretty significant. And you can see win probability right now. Dota 2 is feeling it for FlyToMoon. Feeling it. I thought that V-Tune might be going for the Abyssal Blade, but it looks like just straight for Butterfly afterwards. Just kind of interesting. 7 seconds, BKB there. Alk currently has 6-second BKB. Silence? No. I mean, oh, wait, what? Okay, stun. Jump, silence, 2. Roll through, trying to live. V-Tune in some trouble. That's only Aegis. Round 1. See if they come for a second round. This is big for them, though. That was huge for FlyToMoon, but can they convert afterwards? That's the other question. That, I mean, you take that. For that Centaur, every day of the week you take that Aegis. That was so important for HellRaisers to get that kill. The blink reveal from the Alchemist. Thinking about going in round 2 now. Stun goes out onto Iceberg. That's a lot of damage with the Soul Catcher. Taken off, though, immediately afterwards. Now FlyToMoon are pissed. They want to go in. Tombstone's there. Couldn't quite get the sword off Nyx. Nyx in some trouble. They have Global still, but not opting to use it. Again, they're going to wait. I mean, again, that Aegis, it's important, but you've kind of rounded the corner now on FlyToMoon, right? Where your silencer is going to get a sheep stick pretty soon. You've got a ton of huge items. Your Undying's still not having an amazing game. Always Want to Fly is always going to be, you know, sort of broke as a joke. But yeah, they're just controlling the map so much better. And like, Ember's only got 11k net worth. Like, the Grimstroke is going to pass him up pretty soon. All right, smoke out. Who do they catch? General's invis, and he's going to break the smoke on all of them. Drop down a sentry ward. See General. Stomp. Global comes out. Interrupt. Roll forward from him in a moment. They get one kill. Interrupt the Centaur as well. Oh, and they found the Snapfire. Dude, General. What a god. He's been playing amazing this whole day. And Iceberg just got 12 int. So he's got 46 stolen int. Yeah, you guys better tip General. He's been carrying you guys all day today. His Mars performance earlier, his Pango right now. Dude, General. What a player.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
You know, it's funny. I saw on General's Twitter today, because I was, you know, giving some praise for his Mars earlier. I think he's still tagged up as player for Na'Vi on his Twitter account, if I'm not mistaken. Which I just find very, very funny. It's like when, you know, somebody has looking for team in their player name when they're playing on a team or something. All right, Hex picked up for Iceberg. They're hitting hard. Does he have Butterfly yet? He could have the Eagle Song if he wanted. We're getting there. HellRaisers. How do you handle this now? Roger has Telescope. I mean, Purge is nice in a way. I almost would rather see, like, Kasani give Roger an Aghanims. I actually think that that might be one of the ways that you can stop all of this craziness from happening. Take off Lucky Shot. Take off Thirst. It's super good against Bloodseeker. Stampede. Oh, are they catching anybody? Hexed. Rooted. Stunned himself. Congratulations. The two most important heroes are rooted and leashed together and ruptured. Undying trying to walk away. He's going to live through it. Kasani is dead, and now Nyx forced to try and run away whilst ruptured. Cookie interrupted. All right, they're falling apart right now. Nyx is just dead. Buys back immediately on Kasani. 54 int stolen right now for the Silencer, who is just an absolute monster. Stun. Turn around. Oh, excuse me. Okay, they kill off the Silencer. Now buyback coming from the Centaur. They got to be careful. FlyToMoon building up a lot of stacks right now. Mances it off, though, and then the walk away. So they get multiple buybacks for another round. 20,000 gold lead now, but they lost Iceberg. They can't afford to throw away lives like that. They're getting a little bit too excited, sensing that this will not be another 2-0 at the very least. After everything else that happened in those series that they played just yesterday, it feels like FlyToMoon have recaptured a little bit of that magic that originally got them off to a hot start when they're playing. So we will see. 8-32. General picks up some cheese. Just leaving it on the ground for a little bit. It's an interesting thing, though, right? Like, I think that you could... Oh, my God. Grimstroke has a sheep stick? What? Loa Dance, you madman? He's got just Aetherland sheep stick. Why not? Let's go. But the thing that I was going to say is that, like, I think it's really easy to just imagine in your head that this team, FlyToMoon, is like just straight up worse than HellRaisers, because of the performances recently. But I think it's a testament to how good the region is and how insane the region is, as far as like the volatility that they sometimes exhibit rather, that things can change so quickly with even just the space of a day. But the other thing that's important to keep our eyes on is that it could have also just been maybe a drafting thing. Like, again, I don't know why Nyx was the one that was set up as drafting at the beginning of that game. But they had Nyx drafting, and then they had, when it's usually Maposhka that's the captain. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's going on if they change it up. Going into game number 2. Charging up the stun. Looking for the run in. Oh my god. They just blow him up again. Dude, he needs an Aegis. This is no longer easy peasy mode. Funnick. TP's away. Oh no! The Force Staff. It was a good thought, but it ended up getting him killed. V-Tune gets the finish, and now the Ember rooted, silenced, punched. Yule Scepter lift up. My man is still dead, regardless. They keep on starting these fights just blowing up the silencer. He has buyback now if he wanted to go for it, but Roche is back up in a minute.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So checking Roche in just a moment. I said still a minute away. But yeah, it's always interesting seeing these intra-regional matchups go on. I think HellRaisers still quite a good team, but they find Grimstroke, get the kill. I mean, you gotta be careful. You can't just afford to keep giving up kills like that. Like, Alchemist is terrifying. He is now the most farmed hero again. What? That was weird. That was very strange. Gets up to the high ground. Stun. Gonna stun himself. Not a great start. And broken. Pulled back the other direction. Oh, he's able to get BKB off. But the bash. The bash was there. And Sani was not. They're checking Roche. It is not up, though. It will be up very shortly. They should realize this. 100 seconds, no Alchemist, and the call is run down the mid lane. Run down any lane. Just do it all. Creeps will take care of mid, probably. So they move in there. Nick's going to try and hold the fort down for as long as possible. V-Tune's still hanging on to that Manta if he needs it. But 80 seconds, no Alchemist. Buyback status on cooldown. 3.5 minutes. They're going to push up top. And like we were talking about, after yesterday's performance and seeing FlyToMoon get 2-0'd by HellRaisers, they have come back in the second round of this in the lower bracket finals and are looking to take game number 1 at least off of HellRaisers. Still 60 seconds, no nicks. Roger dead for another 10. Funnick, just, I don't know. Okay, they find him over to the side there. V-Tune's still happy as a clam. They jump forward, they get the Hex, they get the Global, they got him caught. Nyx is done. And you know what? I think the game is too. I'm pretty sure it's over. As FlyToMoon making the plays they needed. Last step. Oh, from the back lines, Miposhka. Not often seen, but very much appreciated. They're just going to kill poor old Iceberg one more time as Miposhka did a behind enemy lines rundown. But all 5 are dead now. It is Mega Creeps, and GG, well played, is called. As, ladies and gentlemen, FlyToMoon building a little bit of momentum here on the day. Already 3-0 across the 3 games that they've played. First against Windstrike, and now winning against HellRaisers. See if anything changes. See if anything changes. I mean, this was always going to be the problem with this lineup for FlyToMoon, was going to be, how do you take high ground? How do you manage to break into high ground? But you look at what they did, it needed to take a long time. They need to be very careful about it. They need to be very sure about when they decided to go in and when not to be going in. And they did it perfectly. And you end with a 20-0-9 Bloodseeker on V-Tune. 10-0-21 for General. 31 out of the 40 kills General was involved in. His earlier game with Mars, it was a similar story. General has been absolutely destroying today. I don't know if this dude went to bed and ate some Wheaties, or he woke up and got I don't know what you need, but he has been playing amazing. So really impressive performance from him. Really impressive from V-Tune. Gotta say, Nick struggled in this one. It felt like Roger played okay, but he also struggled for the amount of farm priority that they gave him. He couldn't afford to be dying that much. Funnick definitely struggled, but that felt like more it was by virtue of the lane that he was given, right? going against Bloodseeker Undying, I don't know how you play that lane as a centaur. You just get kind of decayed and run down. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back in just a little bit with our next game, game number 2 of HellRaisers vs. FlyToMoon. I'm going to run a quick round of commercials, grab some coffee, and then I'll be back during the break, just chatting with all you wonderful people. So if you have any questions or things that you'd like to talk about in the Dota 2 world or elsewhere, if you got any burning desires of things that you want to talk about, just hit me up. We'll have a chillin'. See you guys in a few for game number 2.